Back when we first started here, there were no specialty knife steels. We would all use like ATS-34 or BG-42 or all alloyed for a different purpose. Dick Barber, who was the metallurgist for Crucible, liked knives, and he and Chris got talking. Then Ed Severson as well, also a metallurgist, got talking. And they asked Chris what he thought the existing steels were missing, and how could they work with us to create a steel dedicated for the knife industry. This all grew with Crucible, and then of course Niagara rolled for Crucible. And so along that way, we just got to know Bob and the other guys at Niagara. The development that was going on at that point was S30V, and we were working on this contract for the Yarboroughs, and let Niagara know that we were very close to signing this up, and we were going to need this brand new steel at very short notice. They pulled out every stop for us, and they delivered, and they were fabulous. They've kept us well supplied through all of the drama that Crucible has had. They've just totally been there for us.
When S30V came out, it was like hot new steel for quite a long time. Just to share a little bit of metallurgy nerdiness, and then you have S35VN and this kind of tree branch of metallurgy design, if you will, where you could take a good theme and then tweak some of the chemistry and get these different grades. Now, Bob Shabala was there. All these guys were there back when S30V was introduced, and they saw how prolific it was. So when Laren had figured out MagnaCut, Crucible had rolled some, and they had enough to start sending out or Crucible had made some, Niagara rolled some, and they were starting to send some sheets out to different customers that they thought they would get good feedback with. Bob called me up. He says, "Hey, I want you to test this new steel. We don't even quite have a name for it, but here's the data sheet. Tell me what you want." So we cut up some like large Sebenza blades, about 50 blades, and they sent them over, and we started cutting. We tried to get as much feedback, whether it's surface grinding or milling or heat treat, post-heat treat, bevel grinding, all these different processes, and try and give him some feedback. But when Bob calls you and he says, "Hey, look, can you try this steel out for me?" I think it's very different because it's a completely different tree branch of like metallurgy design. I'll never forget it. He says, "I feel like we're standing on the precipice that was S30V back in the day. I don't care. You shut up, you listen to Bob, and you try the steel." Right? So that's kind of what the genesis of getting involved with the MagnaCut side was. We weren't on the ground floor per se with MagnaCut, but we've known Laren for a long time. I don't really care to be in the ground floor. I just want good products for the knife industry. So we definitely got some of the steel before it was announced and got to get some feedback. For the first couple of years, if the bigger companies were using MagnaCut, it was just for a special run or a special line or something like